Hey, this is Gary Collins, and I'm here with Heath Squier for the Primal Show. And we have to remember to say that right because I'm so used to saying the Primal Power Method. Now I have to get.
You had to put the plug in there, didn't you? Again.
No, I didn't. I swear. I almost said the Primal Power Method. I almost did it. It's ingrained in my head.
It's our show, so I guess we're allowed to plug whatever we want.
It is our show. That's the great part, We get to decide what is going to be on and what is not. But we're here today, and we're going to talk about some. It's a very timely topic for me. Is some grocery store confusion, and for people who are shopping and trying to eat healthier, how hard it is. I'm going to actually write a blog. Believe it or not, I just haven't had time on how it is almost impossible today for the average American to be healthy and why.
It is, but you know what I found is that it's getting easier.
It is.
And I was just in Ralph's yesterday. It's a chain here. They're owned by Kroger, I think. But basically, they're starting to get the memo that, people want to spend money. They're willing to spend money on healthier products. It's definitely not as hard as it used to be, but the problem is people aren't aware of the brands or the food choices they have now in the store. And they're starting to become so many. And especially even in the stores like Ralph's and Kroger, they're starting to sell coconut milk ice cream. So Delicious has an awesome one. I'll show that here in a second. They're starting to sell kombucha now in the local grocery store, which is great for digestion and they're starting to sell tons of coconut milk. I mean, the choices are there. The problem is some brands are better than others in the store. But it's definitely not as hard as it used to. And I think that's why we wanted to do this episode, is to talk about some choices. And this will be definitely a recurring topic because there's so many great brands now starting to come on to the scene. Ours is one of them.
Well, yeah. And for me right now, I'm up in Washington doing my off-the-grid project, trying to build a house off the grid from scratch, from raw land. And I'm out in the boonies, and interestingly enough, that I found, I didn't know coming up here, and I'm considered an expert in this area of trying to go find this food, healthy food, and I'm struggling. I mean, the first couple of weeks, it was a huge, huge struggle. So I'm having to shop in the traditional grocery store again, which I am not used to whatsoever. And for me, I've had to kind of reshuffle my diet into what's available. And it's more of what the average person deals with on a daily basis. So it's kind of good to go and have to deal with it. And it's taught me some lessons on some products, and I've had to be a little more adventuresome than I would usually be.
So maybe I'm going to teach you a thing or two today.
You could. It happens here and there. Every once in a while, Heath will teach me something good. Nah. Instead of bad. Yeah, I know, but
I'm sure the selections are a lot harder, but the point is that it is getting easier.
It is.
And I'm really excited what I'm seeing in the store. For instance, there's a new kombucha out. It's called Life Soda, and I've had 3 flavors so far. And basically, it's kombucha soda that comes in cola, like a Dr. Pepper and a root beer, and it would be considered basically paleo in essence. It's great ingredients. There's no junk in this. Let me show this right here.
Yeah, I haven't even tried it yet.
I'm a big fan of root beer, and so this tastes just like your favorite soda on the market. And I drink about half of this. This is 1.5 servings right here, and there's 9 grams of sugar in 1.5 servings. So I drink about half. I don't want to spike my blood sugar level, but man, does my stomach feel amazing after I have this product. And this was found right in Ralph's, and it's also found in my local health food store. But what a great product for people transitioning from regular cola or soda
absolutely.
To living more of a healthy lifestyle and a paleo lifestyle. I just found this product to be amazing, and the taste is so on point. So that's just one of the many products that I found here at Ralph's, or find at any grocery store.
Well, that's a good one though. It fits right into our, the transition diet. and we call it the bridge diet, which we'll talk more about in the future, but that's bridging from the standard American diet, sad, because it makes you sad, and transitioning into a more healthy diet and using these foods as tools. Even someone like me, though, I mean, I'm having to go back and use these foods because I'm not in a situation where I can eat my usual diet. My rancher is all the way back in California where I get all my meat from, so I'm having to adapt. And what I've been eating, obviously, I love Applegate Farms. I use their products anyway here and there, but here is their turkey bacon. And people go, turkey bacon? That's not bacon. Well, it's just because it stays longer, and the grocery stores tend to carry this. I can find this in the major chains easier. Yeah, I eat that all the time. And what I use that for, as you will like, Heath, as I plug your product, is your new turmeric wraps. And
you have some of those too?
Oh, they're phenomenal. And everyone who watches my cooking videos knows how much I love turmeric. I use it in everything.
No, it's amazing.
It is. And with that, you can roll those up, that Applegate lunch meat, which I do. Actually, I have a video coming out of where I talk about your new wraps, and I show how easy it is to make a meal for me when I'm up on my lot, because I do not want to go up there, drive up there, and then have to turn around and go eat at lunch. It'll kill like 2 hours out of my day. And I'm going to eat something unhealthy that I don't want to eat. So I pack this food with me, and I kind of show for people on the go how easy it is to use these products as opposed to going to, a Subway or some fast food chain and eating junk. So yeah, those are two really good products.
It is really great because you can carry the wraps in the car, and that's what we try to teach people is like, put them in your briefcase, put them in your folder, take them to work, dump the tortillas when you're out at the Mexican food place, or, go to Chipotle and take some of their meat and toss it in a wrap. You don't need that huge 60-gram of carb tortilla anymore. There's no reason for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really ridiculous how many carbs and how much starch is in those huge tortillas. It's no wonder why we have such an obesity problem today.
Yo, can you imagine? I mean, that's just one piece of a small meal is that tortilla, and you're getting a big carb bomb in it, just in that small little piece, not to, mention if you're integrating other, guacamole has, can be a little higher in carbohydrate. You throw that in there, and now you're up to, depending what you put in there, and especially people who start doing the beans and rice at Chipotle, which, if you're paleo, you shouldn't be doing. But we know, everyone does it. You're instantly going over, you could be in the 150-gram carb count in that meal right away, and that is more carbs than you necessarily need, even as an athlete, in an entire day.
Right. No, it's true. And you know what? There's really no reason for rice and beans. What's the point? You have great, you have chicken there, you got guacamole, you got salsa. That's really all you need for a great burrito. And the other Applegate product, which I just showed briefly, was this organic roasted chicken breast. This is great in a wrap. It's easy on the go. This is 3 servings, so this is 30 grams of protein. You throw a little, pepperoni in a wrap. All of a sudden, you got 40 grams of protein. Sometimes, I would say maybe once or twice a week, I'll have some grass-fed cheese, and I get a lot of people asking me, what kind of cheese should we eat? This is Rumiano family organic cheese. It's GMO-free. It's organic. It's certified by the GMO verified project. So this is probably one of the better cheeses out there because it's from cows that are grass-fed year-round.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that one's another easier one. That brand is becoming more common in the chain grocery stores. I find that cheese brand as well. Applegate has their own brand, but it's not as common to find in the bigger chains. And yeah, I mean, and we should give a disclaimer real quick, probably. We are not promoting these products for any other reason besides the fact that we use them. These companies did not come to us and did not ask us to promote their products. Exactly.
It's because I'm using the label like this.
Yeah.
Does not mean that we got paid. No, we really didn't. I actually legitimately enjoy these products. We're not receiving any money from.
No, and I paid for all my products. I mean, I bought these. I mean,
In fact, we wouldn't mind give us money, we would be like, you know what? They sent us some free product, or they paid us to talk about their product. But guess what? We would give an honest review of the product. But the thing is we're trying to keep this positive. We don't want to be negative about some of these products. We're going to talk about products that we like. And there's plenty of bad ones out there. But instead of mentioning a brand, we're just going to talk about ingredients and kind of generalize what to look out for. We're not here to, really point fingers or talk bad about any companies out there. But there are, companies should be aware that, some ingredients people don't want. And we're going to expose those ingredients. And hopefully those food manufacturers will stop using those type of ingredients. And myself, as a food manufacturer, I do as much research as I can. I go on the forums, I check different websites, I get a lot of feedback before we put an ingredient in a product. And we're very careful in terms of putting ingredients in our products that promote optimal health. And I think less is more.
Oh, I totally agree. And me and you have had long talks about that. Me and Heath met when I interviewed him well over a year ago. And we've talked about different ingredients, and that's why we decided to do this show too, is we have a lot of same beliefs on how products should be manufactured and how easy it is. I mean, you can make a healthy product without, manufacturers always say, oh, it's just too expensive. Well, not really. They're just lazy. And they don't want to do the research, and they don't have the right people, far as with a nutrition background, to tell them, what is a healthy product. And, the products that I'm using right now, like, he has his new pancake mix out, the Paleo pancake mix, and it's great. I've been using that. It's high protein, low carb like everything else. I found this almond butter, which getting really good, healthy, organic almond butter, when you're at a store, I saw some the other day, $24 for a jar. And needless to say, I wasn't buying it. But I found this brand right here. It's some of the ingredients, it's got agave in it, but it's organic. Sugar is only 2 grams per serving, so it's not bad, but it's a decent product. Is it perfect? No, but that's not the point. It's working for right now. And I went to their website before I bought it. I wanted to investigate them. I saw it and I went, well, that looks interesting. Let me look. And they do. They come from a good place, and they're trying to create a really good, healthy product. And this is a new one, is this Runa energy tea that I've been using their energy drink and their tea, and it's a really interesting company. Because it's
try that.
Yeah, and I'm always looking like you, and for me, it's we're going to have an episode on how to energy drinks, and there's a lot of natural ones coming out, and how you can increase your energy safely without taking a dangerous product. I think there's a lot of good companies out there, but I've noticed a lot of them fold pretty quickly, though, some of the energy drinks, because I just think they're not palatable as people would like, because we're so used to drinking soda and sugar bombs. Most energy drinks have 20 to 25 grams of sugar in a small 8-ounce serving.
Well, the problem, though, with the energy drinks, the reason I think they're folding is because if you're trying to integrate an energy drink into, a once-a-day routine, you're trying to make it like coffee, all of a sudden, maybe you can have it for, 2 or 3 days, but then all of a sudden your stomach starts to get extremely acidic. You start getting bloated, and you start having inflammation. And a good energy product you can have every day. Yeah. It's not going to wreck your pH of your stomach. And I think so many of them today, Red Bull or all these different companies on the market are extremely acidic on the stomach. It's proven. They just, and people are like, why am I having so much inflammation? And it's because of the acidity of them. So I think that's only going to be a great show.
Yeah, and it's a double whammy. When you're getting the normal brand, like Red Bull's just their flagship brand, which is, I think it's right around 23 grams of sugar per serving, and it's acidic. You're getting double whammy because sugar in itself is acidic. It is, highly oxidative, so it causes inflammation in your body. Then you throw in the fact that the caffeine is acidic, and what they're making it with is acidic as well. All the other ingredients, and we'll talk about pH levels and how how that can change. And I've learned so much about it over the years. I used to not pay any attention to pH levels in the body, and then I started getting more educated, and I thought, wow, actually a lot of this makes sense. But yeah, I think the energy drink one will be a really, really good one. But we'll do that in the future. We just wanted to share some of the products that we're using right now. And you can contact us if you have questions, or if you have found what you think is a great product. We'll go out and try it, and we can bring it on the show. You can contact Heath at heath@theprimalshow.com, and you can contact me at Gary@theprimalshow. I almost did it again. Gary@theprimalshow.com. And we really look forward to some of your questions you'll ask, and we'll bring them on the show, and we'll answer them the best we can.
Yeah, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Each time we do a video, YouTube will notify you of our new video. There's one last product I want to talk about on this episode. Hang on one second.
I see Heath just remembered one more.
I have to do this because I'm addicted to this stuff. This is so delicious. It's no sugar added. So there is 1 gram of sugar in this bad boy right here. And it's probably the most delicious. It's a vanilla bean coconut milk ice cream. It's creamy. There's no dairy. I would say it's the closest thing to being paleo pretty much out there that you can find. Comes in 4 different flavors. Like the vanilla, the butter pecan is also amazing too. But this company right here, this is doing it right. No sugar added. You don't need the sugar. There's natural sweetness from the coconut. They're using a little bit of monk fruit to sweeten it up. Once again, another great ingredient. Companies like this need to be recognized. They're doing the right thing. And while not every one of their products is probably ideal, there's some, that they're getting the memo that people want better ingredients in there, and they don't want all the sugar. So good for them.
And that's funny, Heath, because actually we didn't even know, but I've actually tried that product as well. I know that product that you just stuck up there. And it is really good. I mean, I said the same thing. It was the best tasting, healthy alternative that I had found. The problem was it was so good, I think I demolished the whole pint in one go. So, gotta be careful with some of that stuff.
There's a lot of fiber. This is a high fiber ice cream, which is great.
It did some damage.
But you definitely don't want to overdo it. And I think that's something that we'll be talking about in the future is just eating a balanced diet where you're not going to overdo it on any one thing. So we have many more episodes to share with you, and we're excited to do them. We're going to be bringing a ton of these in the future, so definitely make sure you email us at Gary@theprimalshow.com and Heath@theprimalshow.com. All right, well, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you later.